Today we shall discuss the poem The Tree of Violence by Namdev Dasal. Namdev Dasal was a Marathi poet, writer and Dalit activist. He published his first collection of poems, Golbida, in 1972 and thereafter had 9 volumes of poetry to his credit. He was awarded the Padma Shri in 1999 and a Lifetime Achievement Award from the Sahitya Academy in 2004. As mentioned, Namdev Dasal was one of the pioneers of Dalit literary movement in India. Influenced by the American Black Panther movement, he founded the Dalit Panthers movement with his friends in 1972. The Dalit Panthers led a renaissance in Marathi literature and art. They advocated radical politics, fusing the ideologies of Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, Jyotirao Phule and Karl Marx. The Dalit Panthers invigorated the use of the term Dalit to refer to lower caste communities through their manifesto in 1973. However, the combination of Ambedkarite ideology and Marxism enabled Dasal to extend the concept of the term Dalit as a synonym for proletariat, for which his fellow Panthers accused him of being a Marxist and expelled him from the organization. Dasal then turned to literature and inextricably linked politics and arts. He has stated that poetry is politics. All his 9 books of poetry speaks for the liberation of the oppressed. His poetry is expressed with so much rage and vigor and exhorts a revolutionary world. In the poem The Tree of Violence, Dasal speaks about the violence in the nation and the need to uproot it. He uses the metaphor of a tree for violence, that is, the state of the nation constantly troubled by the waves of violence. The poem begins with the depiction of the tree planted like a Tulsi Vrindavan in front of the houses, watered with blood and great devotion. The tree flourished and wallowed in sucking the human blood. It even went to the extent of blowing like hammer on a holy man who was schooled in the sophistry of parliamentary etiquette, resulting in his hospitalization in coma state. Dasal was an ardent follower of Dr. B.R. Ambedkar and he had eulogized him in many of his poems. Here also, the holy man is Dr. Ambedkar, who fought with the vision of upliftment of the Dalits and became their messiah. However, the messiah in the poem recovered and warned the people about the alarming terror trees propensities. Panic rose everywhere and the ministers decided to chop up the tree. Though all sorts of weapons and instruments were tried, the tree couldn't be broken. People considered it as a tree of steel or iron. The world-class experts of botany found that the tree wouldn't fit into metrics and defied analysis. The experts endorsed that the tree is the product of a unique chemical process and only a nuclear bomb can destroy it. After heated arguments in the debate to decimate the tree, the government decided to scrap the plan to drop the nuclear bomb, as it may kill the people rather than the tree. The entire country suffered from a gnawing anxiety. The ministers were disturbed by its unstoppable, tangled, ever-growing roots. And then, armed commando units were dispatched to search and destroy the tree's roots. They searched farms, forests, workshops and every nook and corner of the country. Dasal says that under the boots of the army, all the men and women, young and aged, and the tender seedlings and shoots in the fields got trampled. The government went on a rampage more violent than the trees. Dasal speaks about the socio-political havoc that existed in the country during his period. The 1970s was marked by multiple crises and prominent political changes in history. The poet mentions about Garibi Hatao, the theme and slogan of Indira Gandhi's 1971 election campaign, the nationalization of banks in 1969, the freezing of wages, and also the draconian black law called MISA, M-I-S-A, that is the Maintenance of Internal Security Act, which was passed by the Indian Parliament in 1971, giving the administration of Prime Minister Indira Gandhi and Indian law enforcement agencies very broad powers like indefinite preventive detention of individuals, search and seizure of property without warrants, and wiretapping. Dassel shows his leanings towards Marxism when he says, "Inquilab Zindabad, long live the revolution," came in fusillades from all directions. The wounds of the tree began to heal and the whole nation was bulldozed. Finally, the roots of the tree was found in the Havelis of the Zamindars and in their Mayfields, in the safe walls of capitalist and monopolist and under the throne of the empress. The tree was cut down and the danger had been averted. Even though the tree got broken, it sprouted and took root and turned into many trees. Those who brought up the tree laughed their way to the gallows because they knew it for sure that as long as the circumstances that give birth to the tree are not rooted out, the tree is destined not to die. Even though the people kill it in broad daylight, it will multiply and overflow into rice fields and foul up the parliament. It will run over the ghettos of the untouchables, the monks and mehtars, the mahars and the chambars, and into the fields and into the factories. The poet proclaims that the roots of the tree, whether it can be caste system or the capitalism, can be wiped out only if we root out the circumstances that give birth to it. He believes that only through the destruction of all social and cultural evils can our country have true liberation. The poem ends in the poet's hope of weaving streamers and pennants for the gate of a new nation, and the tree of violence will turn into the tree of wish fulfillment, a cornucopia for the newborn nation. So that's all about the theme of the poem, and I think you got an idea of it. Thank you.